Welcome to the preparations of the 1963 Indianapolis 500. You're looking at the car I have chosen to take to Indianapolis this year. It's my temperamental Curtis Type 2 chassis with the 1963 Novi engine. This car was, as I said, very temperamental at the Trenton race, just one race prior. It was very hard to drive, even though I qualified in the second position. But this car, after running some practice laps, I realized is capable of doing lap speeds in excess of 150 miles per hour. So I think this is my best bet to beat the incredible field that has assembled for the month of May in Indianapolis, featuring current reigning national champion Parnelli Jones, drivers like A.J. Foyt and Eddie Sachs, along with the challengers from Europe in their rear-engine cars, the Lotus team, featuring Jim Clark and Dan Gurney. It is going to be one incredible battle for the 1963 Indianapolis 500. But before you can race, you must qualify. This video will cover pole day and bump day at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Can I take the pole? Where will I start? Where will the new rear-engine cars start? The battle begins now on Indianapolis 500 month.
Laps, 10 miles. You have to be super fast and consistent to make the grade at Indianapolis. A great speed from car number
So,
8.
as you heard Bob Jenkins give us the introduction there, we've already seen Jim McElreath at 149 miles an hour. Now, I must tell you, in practice, I was able to do a lap of almost 153 miles per hour.
A fantastic
now,
lap.
can I do that for 4 consistent laps? It's going to be very hard to do that.
Has qualified
and as you can see, we've already got 4 qualifiers right now. A couple people have passed their runs. One person has waved off, Elmer George, who I believe is the actual father of Speedway president Tony George. Like, I'm not making that up. Hey, look, it's Bobby Unser. Oh, Bobby Unser didn't qualify yet. I forgot Bobby Unser's rookie year was 63. So that's going to be fun to race against Bobby Unser. I believe he's running the same car that I am, a Curtis with a Novi engine.
Speed from car number 45.
So Chuck Stevenson goes to 6th position. Rob Williams is there, goes to 9th. Johnny Rutherford, his rookie year as well, as he goes to 7th. He actually battled with us at Trenton. Dempsey Wilson should. Well, no, I thought he was going to make the race there. Roger McCluskey should qualify, and he does, into 5th place. Thomas Otto is not a real driver. You'll notice not the drivers who aren't real, the AI drivers that aren't real will go pretty slow. It's almost 10 miles an hour slower than the pole speed I'm expecting, or how I'm expecting the pole speed to be. There's a 148 there. Roger Ward actually doesn't go to the front row, which is interesting to see.
A fantastic lap.
The driver who actually won this race in real life was Parnelli Jones. In this universe, he won the 1962 500 as well. So he's looking to go back-to-back. Jim Hurtubise, I think he's in another of the Curtis Novis, and he goes to the pole position.
Car number 56 has surely secured the pole with that speed.
And that's a 149. So let's see what Parnelli Jones, the national champion, can do. The defending champion of the race only goes to 3rd. So now it's time for me to put together 4 laps in my Curtis Novi. Can I knock my, I guess, technically teammate, Jim Hurtubise, off the pole? Let's see.
It's the average speed over all of the qualification laps that decide your grid position. Pulling out just one fast lap won't cut it.
All right, so we head out onto the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in our Novi-powered Curtis. So obviously you get a warm-up lap, and then you have to run for 4 laps, and the average of those 4 laps is what your qualifying speed is. The track record is, I believe, 150 miles per hour, essentially. So, if we can average 150 miles per hour, we will take the track record. But obviously, the more important thing is the pole position, which is at 149 right now in the hands of Jim Hurtubise in another Novi-powered Curtis. So here we come, starting the warm-up lap. I'm going to try to be pretty easy on it on the warm-up. I found the best way to drive this car is to lift off kind of early, get the car down in the corner, and I didn't get turn one very good there. What you kind of have to do is kind of roll the car into the corner, get off the throttle very diligently, and then once you realize where you're going to be able to apply the power to make the corner, you've got to hit the throttle, because where you point the car is very important with this heavy Novi engine. And that was kind of one of the reasons I struggled at Trenton, as you saw the back end kind of kick out there as we came into turn 3. Thankfully, this is just the warm-up lap, so we've got time to kind of claw this back. Not going to be a very good exit off of turn 4 to start the first lap, but whatever. I'm hoping to lap all 4 laps in under a minute. So here we go.
His hand is up. He's starting his run.
Green is out. Tom Carnegie would say, and he's on it. A little bit low there in the short chute. Do a little bit of counter steering all the way through turn 2. That was not a particularly beautiful looking turn there, I have to say. I think it was because I pinched it down a little too low in the short chute and then kind of had a shallow entry into, out of 1 and into turn 2. So this time we're going to use a little bit more of the racetrack. There we go, that's a little bit better. Maybe a little too high out of turn 4. Yeah, see, I'm pinching it down. The problem is this car has a lot of understeer on the exit, and you just kind of have to really be careful with it. So yes, we are under a minute, and we are over 150 miles per hour. So if we can maintain an average speed of that, we'll be on the pole. Let's see if we can get through turn 2 a little bit better this time. There we go. Use a little bit of that apron on the exit to kind of keep the car down low, which we're able to do, and as we're halfway down the back straightaway, I'm already thinking this lap's going to be better. Again, it's a 10-mile run, so it's a long, long way. So we get down in turn 3. Pretty good. Use a little bit of racetrack there. Set up good for turn 4. Pretty good. Maybe a little low, and then a little bit high because I overcorrected. So I didn't get quite the exit I really should have. I think this lap's going to be faster because I did turn 2 significantly better. Yes, 151. So increasing on every lap. That's what you want to be doing. Little bit of oversteer out of 1. Through turn 2, back end sliding out just a little bit. Kind of low there in turn 2. Maybe bogged the engine down just a little too much. Depending how I get through 3 and 4, it'll really show if this lap is faster or slower. So into turn 3. Car washed up just a little bit. I was a little bit worried it was going to go into the wall there. All the way in the Mario Andretti groove.
There's an accident on the main straightaway. Trouble on the main straightaway.
Thankfully, I didn't damage the car. I don't see any suspension damage, but that's the Hildebrand line through there. You don't want to be running
It's
that.
the final lap.
And it hurt my average, hurt the speed of the car there significantly. First lap underneath 150 miles per hour. This is good through turn 2. And hopefully I can get through the second half of this lap a little bit cleaner than I did the last time and put this sucker on the pole. Did 152 in practice, but just haven't quite been able to hit the sweet spot on this qualifying run. They always seem to run faster in practice than they do at the race, in the race in Indianapolis. Very rarely do you see people go faster in qualifying than they do for the fastest speed of the month. So here we go. The checkered flag is about to come out, and we should have taken the pole position at the 1963 500. And no, actually, Hurtubise.
A great speed.
Oh no, I was about to say, what on earth?
For the start.
I was very confused there for a second.
Car number 32. A great speed from car number 4.
So have we seen? We haven't seen a
car number 10 has waved off his
Lotus yet. We see Dan Gurney is on the list.
Is next to make a run.
And Jim Clark is also past his run. So we haven't seen the Lotuses try to take the pole yet.
For the race.
And as we've got the last 3 drivers on the entry list, Eddie Johnson and Dwayne Carter. Let's see what they do. Johnson goes to 11th. Carter goes to the 17th position. So we're going to go into extended pole day drama here and see where we end up.
There is time left today after the run through the draw for another chance at the pole for drivers yet to post a speed. Car number 21
so there you go.
Has waved off his run.
Bob Jenkins explained that pretty well.
Car number 9
Eddie Sachs goes to 9th position, the winner at Trenton, the first race of the season.
A great speed from
Jimmy
car
Clark
92
takes 3rd in the Lotus. So there you go. There's the speed of the Lotus.
Car number 6.
Bobby Unser, another Novi, goes to 11th.
A fantastic
Bobby Grimm knocks Unser out of 11th. And are we going to see Dan Gurney? We haven't seen AJ Foyt yet. Wow. Got 31 cars already in the show, which is pretty crazy. Now 32 in the show.
Car number 93
Dan Gurney still not in the race. Still waving off.
Car number 29
Dempsey Wilson qualifies, and now we're going to start to see bumping before bump day.
Car number 35
Alan Crow knocks the driver out.
Car number 54
and Bud Tinglestat knocks another driver out. Still got an hour to go in qualifying.
Car number 10 is next to
now
make a run.
Under an hour, Hulse goes into 27th position.
A great speed from
Elmer George bumps his way in, but he's only in 31st. He's probably in the danger zone of getting bumped. Foyt goes to the pole. Foyt knocks us off the pole. Oh, good grief.
Is next to make
Dan
a
Gurney
run.
goes to 28th in the rear engine Lotus, but we got knocked off the pole by bloody AJ Foyt. Oh boy. So I believe that's the end of pole day qualifying. At the very end, we got sniped by AJ Foyt. He actually knocks the Lotuses off the front row. So it's Foyt, me, and Hurtubise in the front row. So let's head on to bump day and see how this turns out.
With the grid full, the drivers yet to post a speed will have to bump the slowest qualifiers from the grid. Nerves must be on edge in the pit. Car number 21 is on the bubble.
So yes, does Elmer George get knocked out? No, not by Daltoni. And is that the only driver? No, Art Malone. That's another Novi, I believe. And I think Malone's going to get in pretty easily here. No, he waves off. So Malone waves off. One of the STP, and he's going again. Is Art Malone going to bump Elmer George out of the field? Yes, 147.9. He's going to get in. Elmer George is out.
Nerves must be on edge in the pit. Car number 16 is on the bubble.
But that's it. No other qualifiers. So only one bump on bump day, and we complain these days that there's no bump day. But this is the field for the Indianapolis 500. AJ Foyt is going to start on pole position. I will be second. Don Branson. Oh boy, we've had our run-ins with Don Branson in the past. He's going to be on the outside of the front row. Jimmy Clark in the first of the rear engine cars and the first of the Lotuses is fourth. Jim Hurtubise in the Novi Curtis, just like my car, except for without a fin for some reason, is rolling off fifth, and Jim McElreath will be sixth. National champion Parnelli Jones in seventh, Paul Goldsmith eighth, Eb Rose ninth. So you can take a look through the rest of the field, look at the notable drivers, where your favorite is, if you have a favorite from this era of IndyCar racing. And we are going to go racing at the Indianapolis 500. This is going to be one heck of a fight, I think. And obviously, Foyt is very fast. Kind of surprising. He hasn't been very fast in Indy 500 Evolution up to this point. But suddenly, Foyt has come to play. So can we take our first Indianapolis 500 victory driving the Novi, sponsored by STP? Should be very exciting. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you at the 47th running of the Indianapolis 500.